Well, I thought I would show you guys what the 2K high build primer is like to work with. I shot the whole side of the car yesterday with the 2K, let it dry. I was a bit pissed off because I had this beautiful finish. I'd done 400 and 600 grit sanding of the epoxy, and it was looking really nice. And then I thought, okay, just smooth it out a bit more. And then I put a little bit too much of the high build primer on it. I had a few runs. I thought, oh fuck, I've screwed the whole side of the car up. But this stuff sands so readily, it's smooth so easily that I recovered no problem. I want to show you what this is like. So this surface here I've sanded, and it's, you know, once you hit it with the 400, or you can even go straight to 600, it's just silky smooth. You know, you can still see I've got lots of dust here, but it just, you can see as you come down through the layers, if there's any imperfections, it sort of shows a high contrast. This area, for instance, which I've been fussing over forever, has turned out incredibly well. The camera's having trouble focusing there. Anyway, let me show you what it's like. I've got a little pad here that allows me to use, this is, you know, stop sticking, but this is the pressure sensitive 600 grit pad here that I've been using. And you can see here's a transition zone between smooth sanded area and then one that hasn't been sanded, so it's quite rough. And you can see the contrast. As soon as I start to sand here, it changes color, it goes light. And as you work along, you will definitely find any imperfections. If there's a low spot or a high spot, it just stands out right away. And so you don't need to use any contrast primer, you know, on top of any contrast material. It basically will allow you to see any imperfections. So, you know, I'm able to like just profile the edges, go over them. I mean, you just move your finger, you just sort of wipe your finger over stuff and clear some of the dust away before you use a tack cloth to smooth it. You can see any tiny individual scratches, and then you can just sort of work through them. And you just realize that this surface with the high build primer is going to be way flatter and just way better to work with than just if I only shot the epoxy primer, a couple coats, sanded it, and then gone straight to base. So when this is absolutely level, I'm actually going to go around the car and shoot the whole thing in high build, get all the birdie work done, get high build, sand the high build down until it's all perfect, and then when that's all done, then I'll start going around the car and shooting base and clear. In fact, this afternoon I'm going to put the car back down on the rolling stand, take the rear bumper off, and then I'm going to be working, and there's really not much to do but just work on the rear of the car, get it finished, get it primed, get it high builded, get it sanded, and then I'll go around and do the driver's side, and then I'll do the roof, and then I'll finish the engine bay area. I'll do high build on the engine bay area and sand it down and make it pretty, and then I'll do the separate front fenders and the hoods and everything else. And then when all that stuff's done, then I'm going to go and shoot base clear around the car, and then again do all of the sanding between coats of the clear, and then eventually polishing. So it's going to work out. I'm starting to get my confidence level up that I can do this, and I realize that if anybody wants to go through this process themselves in their garage, they can certainly do it. And it's just, you got to go slow, you got to learn, and then get a feel for everything, and then it starts to come together. So there you go. There's tutorial of the day. Well, I've finished the sanding of the passenger stuff, and I've taken the bumper off the back here. Let's get around the light here. And I've finished the initial prep sanding, inspection sanding, I guess, of the back. And you can see where the bumper runs along. There's a bunch of spot welds from the factory. So there's high and low spots there. Anyway, otherwise I'm just sort of trying to find out what's good and bad and ugly about this. Basically just getting everything prepped. There's an area here, again on the driver's side, this where this light is, there's actually
a little bit of a dent in the frame. You can't really see it, but basically in here, and unfortunately it affects the crease here where the molding runs. So it's a little bit low here and a little bit low here and a little bit of a crease through here. So I'm gonna have some fun getting this whole area straight. So while I'm working on the back, I will take a crack at that. So I'm gonna put my first pass of filler on here now and start working on that. This is my project over the next week or so. Well, I got the first pass of mudding and boarding sanding done on this so that it's a little bit less out of through, and it'll take a few more passes, but it's gonna come along quickly. This, however, over here, it's gonna be a fucking huge amount of work. I just decided it's still, this is low above and below and in the center here. So I'm gonna have to get this and this straight, or I should say correct and at the right curve, and then I'll have to finish the inside piece. I don't know if you can see, but it's flat in one area there, which is a drag. Hey, but the rest of it is coming along way faster than I expected, so I think it's all working out.